So, PewDiePie hat ein Video vor kurzem hochgeladen und zwar hat er für ein ganzes Jahr lang jeden Tag gezeichnet. Ich gehe mal davon aus, dass er von null auf angefangen hat, also vorher auch keine Zeichentalente hatte oder nicht zeichnen konnte. Und wenn das der Fall ist, wäre das richtig interessant zu sehen, was er in diesem einen Jahr erreicht hat, weil ich finde Zeichnen richtig, richtig geil. Und wenn man das wirklich lernen kann, indem man so tagtäglich daran arbeitet, obwohl man gar kein Talent hat, dann würde ich es mir auch vielleicht überlegen.
I drew every day for a year. What's the progress? Was it worth it? So this all started as a random idea. I wanted to make a progression video and I picked art because I thought it was easy to track. Like I'll draw for 30 days, I can show the first day and then I can compare it to the last day.
Dass er so ein bisschen Anime-Stil zeichnet, deswegen wollte ich mir erst recht das Video angucken.
People were so encouraging on the video and I really enjoyed picking up drawing. So I kept going. And I did a 100-day one, and people enjoyed it even more. There was no way I was gonna stop. I had to do at least a year. And here we are. Being here, I have so many emotions. I am happy. Alright, let's dig into it. Let's watch. Sorry, my nails. This is where it all started. 365 days ago.
Okay.
Day one.
So hat's angefangen. Also er konnte wirklich nicht zeichnen. Okay, krass. Guck mal.
Yes.
So ein bisschen skizziert.
Yes. Man, this is nice to watch. Like, okay, some are not terrible. This gives me confidence. Here's when I started to look up tutorials and stuff online.
Besser als ich. Also von Anfang an war er schon besser als ich.
They all kind of look like they have some sort of allergy.
Weil so kann ich
like they ate a lobster and they have a seafood allergy. The chin is very big. I probably would have made it something more like, I wonder if I can fix this. I feel bad for future. Damn, I drew so hard. I can't erase. Damn, such a simple change and it's already so much better. I realize, and maybe other people have said this too, but drawing is more about training your brain to see rather than actually technical with your hand. I think that's a misconception I had. But after 30 days, this was the progress of my first video. I was so happy with it, and I think I should be, because the progress is definitely there.
Okay, ich check das. Aber Bruder, ich kann trotzdem meine Hand nicht bewegen, wenn ich den Shift in der Hand halte.
And I really think here's where I peaked in terms of if you wanted to just improve as much as possible in the shortest time.
Ich brauch so eine feste Struktur.
On papers is so satisfying to look at
so einen festen Ablauf, wie man was macht.
Kind of forgives a lot of the anatomy errors, the poor line work, the sketches still being there. Like, it's just nice to look at regardless. But yeah, this is the last thing I drew for my 100-day video, and yeah, it's cute. I did it. I drew something. So, let's check the progress from there on. That's wrong. First of all, don't do what I did. I just kept drawing the same things. Anime girl. Too much anime. Just bad. I was trying to be technical and like give myself notes so I can improve. I wanted to be more consistent. I think that's why I kept doing this. But if I had to redo it, absolutely not. This is where I should have moved on to something else. I should have just drawn anything else. And eventually I did. I really wanted to draw more color, but it takes so much time to do that, and I really felt like I needed mileage more than anything. So just
aber so ist auch geil, so nur die Elemente,
we'll
Augen,
ink it, but that's the most effort I'm gonna get into.
Auch geil, man.
Yeah, just sketching random stuff I find online.
So verschiedene Mimiken und Perspektiven.
Finally, I move on and I draw boys. This is the boys' art. I drew so much guys from anime because I thought that I drew so many mangas. You probably recognize these. I think this is Jujutsu Kaisen. I think, you know, this is a good time for me to address a couple things from my last video. And one of them is just a huge thanks to other YouTubers that reacted to my video. I think that was so cool to see and actually get encouraged by professionals. I really appreciated that. Another thing was that people said I had an art background. That was like a rumor that went around, and I guess I take that as a compliment, but no, I do not. I have not studied art. That was the whole point of this video. I was not being disingenuous. I have not drawn since I was a kid, but I loved doing Photoshop. Before YouTube, I loved Photoshopping images. And creating artworks that way. So maybe in a sense that helped.
Okay, also hatte in dieser Richtung Erfahrung.
Sort of thing that helped is that I'm actually older.
So.
Like I'm 35 now, and I think
ich meine, man hat's ja
if I
gesehen
did this thing when I was younger, I would not have seen the same improvement. But I also think, you know, the improvement I had,
das sieht so
anyone
stark
can
aus.
achieve. Like, I wanted my video to be inspiring for other people to do the same thing. Like, that's my goal. Like, people say anyone can draw, and I truly, truly believe that. Oh, and by the way, I wrote a blog post. Yes, I write blog posts now. It's just more details about my favorite type of notebooks, my favorite kind of pens. If I were to do this challenge again, what would I do differently? How to remain consistent? All these sort of stuff. If you wanted to do this challenge yourself, I recommend checking that out. I just didn't want to get too much detail in this video. But an insecurity of mine was brewing, which was I couldn't, like, if I wanted to draw anime style. Sorry, it's hard to see here. You start with a circle, you draw a middle line, you draw where the eyes are going to be. You kind of figure out how
Ich sag ehrlich,
the chin is going to be.
das habe ich auch schon mal
The
probiert.
nose, the mouth, the ear.
Und selbst dafür habe ich 10 Jahre gebraucht, weil man
And
da
you're
einfach
swirling some
am
hair
Ende des
really
Tages
quick.
selber die Linien ziehen
This
muss.
method is so helpful because
Das Problem ist, am
when
Ende
you
des
draw,
Tages muss
it's
man
all
selber
about
die Linien
balance.
ziehen.
Like if I drew directly,
spätestens bei den
same
Haaren
thing,
bin
and
ich
anything
raus.
is like out of proportion,
Da bin
the
ich
whole
einfach
thing
raus.
just kind of looks weird. So to draw directly was so difficult. So I bought this pen. This pen is amazing. It's a brush pen, and if you squeeze it, ink comes out, and you can draw really slim lines or really thick lines really quickly. And I told myself I was gonna force myself to use this pen, even though it looks like shit. I was gonna really, like, I'm gonna use this pen. I need to learn how to draw without the whole circle thing again.
Okay.
At least that's what I wanted to do. And it took some time. It felt like taking 100 steps back, but that's how you have to improve. You know, you have to get out of your comfort zone. But I think eventually I started to sort of get the hang of it, and you can get kind of really quickly satisfying result with the high contrast. I really enjoyed. So I did some manga panels.
ohne
And yeah,
Hilfslinien.
it's like I'm looking at a manga. It's really cool.
Ach, Digga.
Getting more comfortable.
Okay, das ist crazy.
It's still so hard with proportions, man.
Nein,
anything is slightly off,
Nein.
it's gonna suck.
Also er ist jetzt schon Profi.
So yeah, this felt like a
Also
little side
spätestens jetzt ist er
quest, but
Profi.
I'm glad I took it. And yeah, it was really fun.
Nein.
But what I
Das
should
ist
have been
nicht machbar.
doing is draw other things as well. I did find it amazing, like how I could all of a sudden, even though I never practiced drawing a cloud, I could draw a cloud better than I ever could. So that's cool. Okay, I'm done. But I think something finally sparked in me where before I was like, okay, I just want to draw for the sake of drawing. I don't have any
Da kommen
interest
die
in
Manga
anything.
Panels.
I started drawing manga panels.
Geil.
I started drawing perspective, and I wanted to
geil,
understand these
Digga.
things. Drawing landscapes.
Das will man doch
This
sehen.
is Nihei. I love his work so much.
Ey, Mann,
So
ich
finally,
könnte das.
finally, after, I don't know, 300 days of drawing, I picked up an art book. I should have done this ages ago. So I picked up a couple art books, some more technical than others, but I really enjoyed this one, Taco, because I enjoyed the style of it. Obviously, everyone has different preferences. I think if you were to be a professional artist, you probably want to pick like a human anatomy book and really study it. But for me, it's just supposed to be fun. And I think if I'm having fun, I will remain consistent. So at least that's what I was trying to focus on. I picked up books about perspective because I want to learn and I want to understand this. And I think finally that clicked in me. It went from me just wanting to sketch whatever to, no, I actually want to understand these things so I can draw them better. And I wish I did that sooner. Again, this felt like taking so many steps back because I had no clue how to draw a body. Zero. I had not practiced it at all.
Das ist doch
I
schwer.
had sketched
Körper,
so
Perspektive
much,
zeichnen.
and I still,
Hände zeichnen mit Fingern.
it
Bruder,
feels
das ist der
embarrassing to admit
Urwert.
this, but like everyone was so amazed by my 100 one that I felt like, okay, well, my year one has to be really good, right? Like, but progress isn't a straight line. Like, I think I was being too hard on myself where I was getting close to a year and I'm like, I don't have anything to show for it. I drew a full body one.
Oh.
And I'm like comparing it to my 80-day one, and I'm like, the 80-day one, it's still better. Even though it's just like whole body, it's still better. So yeah, if you want to improve, you have to kind of go through the pain of sucking again, I guess. Because it really felt like, oh cool, like
Oh, das
I
ist so ein
drew for
starkes
this
Video,
much,
ne?
and I don't have anything to show for it.
Kann man da Hände
I wanted to
zeichnen.
learn to draw and
Das ist
actually
so der
understand
Urwert.
anatomy. Before, it didn't matter to me. It was just a hobby, but now I'm like, I want to actually know, like, how do you draw legs? How do you draw different expressions?
Ja, Mann.
How do you draw, what is this? You've all been waiting for the return of, what is it? Yuzu Slash is back! G Fuel Energy Formula, PewDiePie Yuzu flavor, Japanese lemon, delicious is back, along with Fear Fest, where you can get Ghost Fest, Stab Stimulant, Caramel Apple, and Halloween Edition Watermelon Limad.
crazy.
Limad. You can pre-order the Yuzu Slash PewDiePie Collector's Box
Das
now.
macht er so
Get
gut.
it now. Now's your chance.
Das macht er
But you
so
can get
gut.
the energy tub right away, but it's a limited time only.
Krank, ja.
A lot of people have requested for the return of the Yuzu Slash. It's delicious. I love drinking it in G
Geil.
Fuel. It's a great way to support the channel. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys can check it out, link is in the description. I was genuinely panicking. Like, it's been so frustrated this entire month. Not only because I wanted to show for the video, but I felt genuinely in me like, I can do more. I know I can do more. I know I can do better. And I really wanted that to show. So I really did push myself a lot towards the end here. And that's when I bought an iPad.
Oh.
Coming in clutch last minute.
Oh.
Super satisfying to draw
geht
with a pen
digital
on an
rüber?
iPad. But obviously it was way different. So again, it was like a last minute learning curve of me not understanding the program and yada, yada, yada. So let's go through the last thing I drew, which was on the iPad. So I started off just sketching and I was still too scared to draw bodies. I drew this, which I thought was going to be amazing. And I ended up really hating it. I think the colors are fun, but I didn't know how to draw hair. I at least tried to draw like a full body, but I was so scared of getting it wrong that I think I just made it look weird. So I practiced drawing hair, but it's just like nothing interesting about it. This is just to try it out. And then I thought, okay, I'm gonna really wow you guys. I started the line work. I tried my best to draw the actual hands. This is gonna be so good. And this is the end result. And I genuinely hate looking at it.
Also du musst erstmal lernen, auf dem iPad zu zeichnen. Du musst Coloring lernen. Du musst Schattierung lernen, Belichtung
in my head,
lernen.
it was going to be so much more, you know? And then you look at it and you're like, oh, cool. That was it, huh? I desperately tried to draw something else because I don't know, like I felt like I could do more, but I kept drawing and I couldn't. Like it just came out looking weird and unsatisfying. This was supposed to be like the most simplest thing ever, like black high contrast with some color. Still, I didn't like it. And I was getting so close to the deadline. I think I have like 20 days left until this video. I drew a full body with perspective and I thought it came out pretty good. I was okay with this one, but I still felt like I could do more. So I sketched for a couple days and I told myself I'm gonna give one last effort. I have to really like it to actually sketch it. And this is the last thing I drew. I finished it yesterday and I think I'm finally happy with it. I finally drew clothes that isn't just black, and I actually put some more time into the hair and like making the lines look nice and small little details and having the high contrast light. Maybe it's wrong, but it's there at least, and I think it makes it more interesting, you know, with some shadows and different poses, you know, all of it. I think I'm finally happy with it. I think for a year progress.
Das ist unmöglich.
Am I allowed to be happy?
Das ist unmöglich, ja Mann, das sieht 1A Sahne aus.
It took a lot of paint to get there, you know.
Die ganzen Falten vom Oberteil, die Schattierung, die Belichtung und so. Da bin ich absolut raus.
Day 365.
Crazy. Sieht richtig heftig aus, ja. Vor allem die Textur sieht auch geisteskrank aus.
I don't know, maybe maybe you guys disagree, but I feel like I finally beat my 80-day whatever. This is still better. I don't know.
Stark.
I genuinely cannot thank you guys enough for all the love and support with making these videos. It was such a massive encouragement for me to actually continue doing this. I'm the kind of person that love to try different things. I try new things all the time and I really enjoy doing that. But every once in a while, I find something that I really, really, really love and I will continue doing no matter what. And I think art might just be one of those things for me. I used to love drawing as a kid and I don't know why I stopped, but I'm so happy to be back doing it. It feels like I never stopped. I wanted this whole thing also to be inspiring. I want other people to have this experience as well. People say that anyone can draw, and I truly believe that. And it goes for anything really. Like, it's about practice, constant practice, no matter what. It's not rocket science. You put in the work and you get a result for it, hopefully. Like I said, I love to do so many different things. Usually if I try something, people are like, oh yeah, that's cool. Well, watch me do it 100 times better. And it's just kind of like, ah, yeah, I'm just a beginner. But with me drawing, it was genuinely just everyone being encouraging. And I think that was just amazing. And I really appreciate that. So yes, thank you everyone. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Das ist schon richtig geil, wenn man zeichnen kann, sag ich ehrlich. Ich würde am liebsten dann direkt so meinen eigenen Manga starten, so mit Perspektiven, mit Schattierungen, mit Ink, mit einem Color Spread sogar und sowas. Alter, das wäre so geil. Aber das ist so weit entfernt. Für mich ist es ein Ding der Unmöglichkeit.